Hello and welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor and tonight I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is a horoscope for Scorpio. If Scorpio is your solar, lunar, ascendant / rising sign, then this is a message for you. All right, let's get started. And so, Scorpio, our card tonight is the Art card. Ooh, I love this card. It is the most overt of the Thoth deck, depicting alchemy. Physical, spiritual, plant, whatever it is, right? Specific to you, but it is a beautiful image of going through the alchemical processes, getting into that place of union, that place of transmutation, of getting towards that ultimate balance, right? Ultimate, the universe card. All right, let's see. So, I feel like we must be in a time here, Scorpio, where you're feeling pretty dang sure about something in your life, right? I feel like there is a harmony, there is an ease, there is a sense of, yes, this is the right place, this is the right time, this is the right person, the right thing. It's all coming together. All right, let's see here. So immediately I'm seeing we have, it looks like maybe initials GR, if that means anything to you. GR. We have what looks like a house, maybe a temple. It reminds me of maybe like old school Chinese, Japanese architecture. We have it looks like maybe a dog over here sitting with a person who is sitting, kind of hanging out there. I can imagine just hanging out near the temple, right? Now we have a cat down here. This is the cat, the head, the body. You can see the whiskers. Okay, we have two people over here. One here, one here. We have a person here who's holding, it looks like holding the dog. Okay, so I think this is kind of a reiteration of these two people. This is the same person, same dog. So I feel like a real emphasis on loyalty, friendship, kinship with the dog, right? It could be a literal dog, a companion, maybe a animal that you had growing up and you still miss them, you think about them often. It could be one that you are with now, that you live with now, that's, you know, your family and all of that. And now this also could be that it represents somebody in your life that you have a great kindredness with. Whatever it is, I feel that there is somewhat of a shared journey towards, and I feel like it is a sense of finding some kind of serenity in your life, some kind of ease, peace, right? I'm not thinking that this is like lofty goals, like I want to become enlightened, I'm transcending time and space, although that could be a goal of yours. But I think in this place here, it's more about finding like your own personal sacred grove, right? Your own place to go and be able to breathe and let go of your stress and allow your problems to kind of dissolve away, at least for a little bit. And I see you looking for that. I see you building that. I see you being very proactive in this journey towards letting go of some things, right? Letting go. And the big thing, I think, is control. This desire to control, Scorpio, right? The desire to be in charge of every little detail of your life, making sure that everything is just so. Because you could spend the rest of eternity doing that. And you're good at it, by the way. You're really good at managing stuff. You're really good at setting up a whole system. You notice every little fine detail. And whenever I visit somebody's house and it's like super aesthetically in line, everything kind of has a vibe. There's a real, like really pronounced like color scheme or style of architecture or, whatever. I know that this is probably, I'm in a Scorpio's house. Like, hey, when were you born? It is. There's something about Scorpios. You're just really good at creating an image, a vision, putting it all together where it looks like it's flawless, right? And it's a wonderful ability, talent to have. But I think at times it can really weigh upon you because you want things to be perfect. But you can never find that perfection because there's always something that can be adjusted, right? I'm actually running late right now because I was over at my husband's studio rearranging his flowers, putting up a new bouquet of flowers for his set. And, as I always say, I'm a Virgo. I am the less interesting sibling of Scorpio, right? I think Virgos and Scorpios are very similar in a lot of ways, but we're a lot more boring than you all. And I'm putting it together, trying to figure it out, and I wish I had that that thing that Scorpios have, right? You just know how to move. You know how to get it done. But it can feel so oppressive at times because it's hard to quit. It's hard to just say, okay, this is good enough. And I feel like you're in a place, you're on a journey towards letting go of some of that control. Letting it just be what it is in moments. Especially other people who are in your life. That's the big thing here. This is the thing that us Virgos share too. We don't want to tell people how to live. We don't want to control who they are or what they do. But we want them to be their best selves. We want them to have, even more than we have or do better than even we do. And we want, or to feel confidence in themselves and learning how to get it together and all that. But we ourselves can become oppressive upon other people. We ourselves can overstep. We do too much sometimes, right? And I think Scorpio, you're the same way. You're the same way. You have the best intentions, But sometimes it can kind of feel like to the people in your life that maybe you're being a little controlling. And I think that you know that about yourself. And I think that's something that you have been trying to learn to relinquish a little bit of that control. Hold your tongue once in a while, right? Now, I'm not assuming that you are a woman who is, you know, married to a man, but I am. And so I'm going to use this as an example. Sometimes it's like your husband walks out of the room wearing what? How did you get that? Where did these clothes come from? You know, like those colors don't match. The textures don't match. It doesn't, the style of like shirt with those pants, but you hold your tongue. And it's hard. And it's hard. But you hold your tongue. And you say, okay, you know, everybody needs to express themselves the way that they see fit, right? And I think in this journey towards finding some serenity, finding, you know, to allow yourself to give over the power just for a minute, right? Not to anybody else, but to the universe. And just let things be as they are. I feel you getting into a place that it feels like harmony. It feels like everything is coming into focus, right? Where I think so often we have this instinct that if we just try harder, we look harder, we can get a good grasp on the thing, then it will all kind of reveal itself to us. But if you think about it, if our grasp is too tight, we are going to choke the life out of something. It's like a delicate flower. You don't want to clutch it too hard. It's going to fall apart. So we let it be what it is. And in that, we can see it so much more clearly, can't we? And there's peace here. And there is peace. Now, I do see that it is relationships coming into a deeper sense of harmony, but also quality. I feel you having moments where there's just, laughing and conversation and just feeling excited to be around one another. There's less of the bickering and the sniping and the backhandedness and passive aggressive and all that. Letting a lot of that go. And it'll take time, especially if you've already been in that place together. I myself, I can, just while out. Get into such a mood and make everybody else feel, like, ugh. Mom's in a mood again, And then 10 minutes later, like I hear a song I really like, or I'm doing my breath work and I come out of the room and I think, okay, now we're going to have a nice day, okay? And it takes time for people to maybe catch up to you. Right? So you have to allow for that. But work together towards getting into a place of, the harmony, right? Because ultimately, I think that's what you want. That's what the people of your life want. Now we have the number 7 up here. We also have the E. The E. Maybe an E name. I feel like there is dancing, merriment, I hear kind of a lot of people around you, music, holding hands and twirling, and just like maybe a wedding, and I'm wondering wedding because it looks like we have right here, somebody who's engaged or going to become engaged. So, and also maybe having a child. We have a figure that looks like they maybe are pregnant. We also have a child up here. Okay. We have the number 8 right here. So I feel like this is a time in your life where it's really about leaning into these joys. Now, it may be that you yourself are getting married, or you're engaged, or whatever, or maybe having a child soon, the second child. But this also could be other people in your family. And I think that you're really in a very sentimental zone here. And I think that a lot of the self-work is provoked by the fact that you want to be able to enjoy these wonderful things happening within the collective. You want to be able to celebrate, if your sister or brother or niece or daughter or whoever is having a child. You don't want to be locked into this stress and this kind of, obsession with whatever's going on in your life. You want to be there. You want to be a little more free-spirited and at ease during these times, because it is a most sacred experience for children to come into the family. It is the most sacred experience for people to decide upon union. We live in a world now where that's not as important as it used to be. So when it does happen, when people decide to have a life together, if that's formal marriage or not, it doesn't matter. But for people to decide, that's a big step. That is something to be celebrated. And I think that you really want to be in this place of openness and your heart being unburdened, so that you can kind of really enjoy these blessings. Okay, let's take a look over here. We have the heart. We have 2 people with the heart in the middle. So I do feel like maybe this is a time of great strength within your own relationship, or you are meeting somebody that you are beginning to have a love affair with, a romantic entanglement, something leading to maybe even a soulmate situation, or a marriage, a partnership, a life partner, a best friend. And I think you are really feeling it does feel romantic right now, but I think you're in love. You're not just in love with this romance, but you're in love with love itself. You're in love with life. You're feeling good. It feels like there's a lot of meaning, right? That things make sense. And very, very little hint of anger or melancholy. And I know that we've been struggling with that a little bit in these past months. But, I think that you found a stream of power in your life, and that has opened you up to really feeling and expressing the love that comes so naturally to you. Very few love as intensely as a Scorpio. And when you're in that good place, You might as well be the goddess, god of love. And to be on the receiving end of that, what a great blessing that must be, right? So I just feel like, yeah, you're in that love place. You're in that wanting to feel good place, you know, and I say follow it. Follow it full-heartedly. Absolutely. All right, let's go ahead. We're going to do our self-care cards. I'm going to flip through. I'm going to stop where it feels right. Okay, hero's journey. I am the hero of my story. My life is an ongoing adventure of growth and courage. I am victorious. I am victorious. Wonderful. All right, Scorpio, I'm going to go ahead and tell you I love you because I do, and I thank you so much for spending this time with me. It is always such an honor to be able to bring these messages to you. And if you would be so kind as to like the video, it really does help the channel. And if you have not subscribed, please think about doing that. You can hit that little bell. It'll let you know when the next readings are coming out. It is free to subscribe. And if you'd like to leave a comment, please do. I'd love to hear from you. What else? I was thinking about, I'm going to change my table here in a couple days. I thought I was going to go with a green tablecloth, but I don't know. I might do like, I just got one that's like a blue Mediterranean color, and I got an off-white one. I want something a little lighter maybe. I could live in a dark, earthy world all the time. I would not be sad about that, but I think bringing in some brightness might be a nice way to finish out the summer. So that's what I was just thinking. I'm like, what are we going to do with this? Oh yes. Also, if you're new to the channel, shout it out in the comments. I don't know if I said that. I maybe did. But yeah, other than that, Scorpio, I love you. You know I do. And I thank you again. So we'll talk in just a few days from now. Good night. Take care of yourself. Goodbye.